Namanda, Visnamanda, Namanda, Namanda.
Good morning. You know me? No. So those who don't know, my name is Willie Fernandez, and I'm going to be the chair this morning. So thank you for attending this morning's combined Dharma family service. So we'll begin the service with some quiet sitting. Reverend C.J. Dunford will strike the bell, and we'll sit for 1 or 2 minutes, relax, and get ready for prepare for the Dharma, and then he'll strike the bell again, and we'll continue with the service. Okay.
Today, let's practice a visualization meditation. The first visualization practice from the Contemplation Sutra of our Pure Land tradition. So let's take a moment to quiet our minds, to connect with our bodies, with our breath, and the sensations that we might feel. As we breathe in, we might feel a bit distracted by some of the thoughts or feelings. But try to be kind and gentle with them. Greet our thoughts and our feelings, not as distractions, but as friends, without judgment. And then as we breathe out, just as gently, let those feelings and thoughts, sensations go, without any judgment. Breathing in, things arise. Breathing out, let them go. Feel free to close your eyes and concentrate with all our attention, turning our thoughts westward. Let us envision the setting sun. We're so fortunate to live near the great ocean. So many beautiful hills and mountains and trees, rocks. Perhaps the sun is setting over the ocean, setting over the hills, over the mountains covered in trees. Let us visualize the sun setting in the west. This is the direction of Amida Buddha's Pure Land. As we strive to focus on visualizing the setting sun, we can still notice sensations in our body as we breathe in. Gently let them go as we exhale. Returning to our visualization, let us clearly gaze at the sun with our minds firmly fixed on it. as other things arise, gently bring our concentration back to that image of the setting sun. Bright, warm, red, orange. It's like a drum suspended over the horizon. No matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, we can take a moment to visualize this setting sun as a way of connecting to the Pure Land, connecting to Amida Buddha, connecting to limitless light and life, unbounded wisdom and compassion. This is the first contemplative practice in visualizing the Pure Land of Sukhavati. You can open your eyes, settle into our bodies. Join me in Gasho as we say the name of the Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Reverend CJ will now chant the Juni Rai, which is on page 67 of the Purple Service Book.
Junirai. The Gatha or hymn Junirai was written by Nagarjuna, the first of the 7 masters of Jodo Shinshu. It expresses eloquently the depths of Nagarjuna's gratitude to the Buddha Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda
Butsu. Please rise if you can. Follow along with the Agatha Amida guided light, which is on the handout. And then please remain standing for the Three Treasures One. You may be seated, and we'll now have a Dharma message from Reverend C.J. Bradford. Senior moment. Eight. Okay. Three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we're living it. Difficult it is to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not realize the truth in this life, when will it be realized? Let us reverently take refuge in three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we absorb ourselves in the principle of the way to enlightenment and the image of the supreme will. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we be submerged in the depths of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we live in harmony in the great assembly as disciples of Buddha and be freed from all hindrances, becoming units of true accord in the life of harmony, in the spirit of universal oneness, free from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Naumida Boots. Naumida Boots. Naumida Boots. Now you may be seated, and we will hear a Dharma talk from.
Thank you, Willie.
You're welcome.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
When I started to ring the kanshou, I thought, oh no, there's only a few people here. But then when I turned around after chanting, I saw there's a lot of people here. It's like a magic show every Sunday. It's like the chanting brings people into the temple or something. Thank you for being here. Let me get us going with the screen. Sorry, the words are small. Well, I'll talk about them and make them bigger on the next slide. If you would, please join me in Gassho as I read the words of Venerable Shinran. Buddha's vow to liberate all of us is a great torch in the long night of ignorance. Do not sorrow that our eyes of wisdom are dark. It is a ship on the vast ocean of birth and death. Do not grieve that our obstructions of karmic evil are heavy. When a person realizes the mind of non-discrimination, that attainment is the state of regarding each being as one's only child. This is none other than Buddha nature. We will awaken to it on reaching the land of peace. Those who reach the pure land of happiness return to the evil world of 5 defilements where, like Buddha Shakyamuni, they benefit sentient beings without limit. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. These passages come from founder Shinran's Shozomatsu Wasan and Jodo Wasan, or the hymns of the Dharma ages and the hymns of the Pure Land. And we often chant these when we chant the Shoshinge. Maybe not so much here, but at Honganji in Japan, in Kyoto, they do. I selected these 3 particular verses because they hold a great deal of meaning for me personally, and I hope that they represent 3 important aspects of our tradition. That is hope, number 1, love, number 2, and 3, transformation. These are all important ideals for us in our everyday lives. But since this is the beginning of June, which is the month that we celebrate LGBTQIA Pride, I want to talk about hope, love, and transformation in the context of the queer liberation movement in the United States. This month of Pride, I'd like to share my thoughts during the Sunday service on the themes of specifically hope in the Jodo Shinshu tradition. The first passage that we read together says, Buddha's vow to liberate all of us is a great torch in the long night of our ignorance. Do not sorrow that our eyes of wisdom are dark. It is a ship in the vast ocean of birth and death. Do not grieve that our obstructions of karmic evil are heavy. The first time that I read this passage, I was in class at the Institute of Buddhist Studies with Reverend Matsumoto. And I thought it really sounded beautiful, but when he explained the verse even more, he asked us if any of us had had a long and sleepless night. That feeling of frustration, maybe fear, anxiety, restlessness, insomnia, where the darkness of night feels like it'll never end, especially in the winter nights when the nights are so long. That feeling of hopelessness is something that life might feel like for us sometimes. I personally related with this comparison because all of my life I've had trouble sleeping. I struggle with insomnia, night terrors, and anxiety dreams. And sometimes the night time is the scariest time of day for me. We all go through our long nights of fear, doubt, hatred, insecurity, and many of us find common causes for those uncomfortable feelings. I think that our teachings acknowledge how difficult these moments in life are. Rather than encouraging us to avoid, bury, or hide those feelings, though, I think Shunan wants us to experience them and to work with them, and to let the light of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha guide us through them. We can't simply get rid of or wish them away. So what do we do with them? I believe that our difficult feelings can help us to grow and to give us motivation as we move forward in our lives, as individuals and as families and as communities. They can direct our actions and provide us with guidance in how we choose to live in the world. I've observed that a lot of people, especially non-Buddhists, think that Buddhists don't get angry, or that we're somehow supernaturally peaceful. And I think that that's a problematic stereotype. Additionally, while it's important to reflect on those feelings for ourselves, it's also important to do so in community because of our teachings, because the law of karma, of cause and effect, the teachings of no self and dependent co-arising, our interbeing. All of these teachings, our religious path, they point us to the fact that everything we do is in community. It's not done alone. We share in our oppression, whether we're perpetuating violence through actively discriminating against other people, or whether we're victims of that violence, being othered and injured and traumatized by people with power, institutions with power. Every action and thought that we take has a consequence. Individual self-reflection is important in Buddhism, but that's only a first step. If that's all we ever do, then we're not really following the Buddha Dharma. If it doesn't involve our relationships, it's incomplete. It has to involve our communities. Reflection on community includes and also extends beyond our temple walls, and it must include our relationships with friends, our families, our coworkers, and quite importantly, our government, our politics, and society. We don't just experience conflict on an interpersonal level. We experience it in corporate and communal levels, which is often wantonly labeled as politics. Many times we can label issues of human rights and dignity and respect as simply political differences. But I've witnessed that doing so is extremely dangerous. During the American Civil Rights Movement, many white Americans agreed that systemic racism, like segregation and other discriminatory laws, were wrong. But a lot of these people also thought that Black Americans needed to wait for laws to change, wait for hearts and minds to change. These white Americans, while maybe being good-intended, did not experience the pain of having been enslaved, or having ancestors who were enslaved. So they didn't understand the terrible pain that Black Americans felt with every day. Black liberation was, for them, inconvenient. And change, then, needed to be gradual so that the systems from which they benefited, from me and my people benefited, wouldn't disappear overnight. That thought was scary. If we look at what's happening in Palestine, in Gaza, and in the Israeli-occupied West Bank, we might hear a lot of people calling for temperance and for patience. But what has that gotten us so far? Nearly 80 years of land theft, ethnic cleansing, and now a live-streamed Holocaust. When we see injustice like this, we might be filled with many feelings we judge as bad, especially anger. We're taught that anger is a poison, but I disagree. Anger is a teacher. When I'm angry about the Palestinian Holocaust, I'm motivated to take action and to speak up. I don't hate anyone, and I certainly do hate made-up states, institutions, and ideologies, like Israel and Zionism. Anger. My teacher leads me to do something to resist racism and genocide that stem from these human institutions. I've heard many American Zionists, all of whom that I've seen are white, make bold claims that Palestinians hate queer people and trans people, and that we, as queer people, should not be fighting for a free Palestine and an end to their senseless murders. Especially because this is Pride Month, it's important for us to resist that sort of ignorant claim. There might be anti-queer and anti-transgender sentiments in that region, but those ideologies of hatred and discrimination can be found all over the world. I personally know queer and gender nonconforming people who've gone to Palestine to support families there, and they were met with love and with gratitude, not with hatred, not with rejection. Frankly, as a queer, transgender person myself, I don't feel very safe in the United States. Does that make us better? There are many, many reasons why I don't feel safe here, and none of them have to do with Palestinians. I see my struggle for liberation from fear and hatred as deeply tied to the Palestinian struggle for liberation from Israel and from Zionism's hatred and fear. The same imperialist forces that oppose me and my dear ones here in the US is the same one that oppresses Palestinians. And while there are many celebrations of LGBTQIA pride and identity during this month, we must remember that pride is about resistance. Pride is about rebellion against control and domination. It is about authenticity and freedom. So here I'd like to share a poem about pride, written by Aiden Takeo Aizumi, who's a Japanese-American transgender Christian man. What is pride? Pride is love. It is lifting each other up, standing together, celebrating together. Pride is a revolution. It is showing the beauty of our differences, letting our intersections shine. Pride is anger. It is the collective pain we feel when trans women of color are taken too soon. It is the fire in our bellies to fight for justice in their names. Pride is a riot. It is honoring the history of the movement. It is honoring the lives of Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera, who helped pave the way. It is our continued fight to be seen as equal, valid, and respected. Pride is resilience. It is being told over and over that our lives are not as valuable. It is standing up again and again despite acts of violence, anti-LGBTQ laws, lack of health care, job discrimination, housing discrimination. Pride is hope. Hope that we continue to overcome. Hope for tomorrow. Hope that one day our lives as LGBTQ people will be seen for how wonderful they are. Pride is power. It is knowing our stories, experiences and lives are powerful tools in changing the world. Pride is visibility. It is a true representation of the LGBTQ community. It is inclusive, it is diverse, it is not white-centered. Pride is solidarity. It is standing up and speaking out against racism. It is a call to stand with Black Lives Matter and all struggles against racism. Pride is an expression. It is strutting down the street, feeling fine and looking fabulous. It is freedom to live and exist just as we are, because who we are is beautiful. Pride is me. It is waking up every day to face the world authentically as a queer, trans, Japanese American man. It is holding true to myself. It is being visible for the next generation of LGBTQ folks. It is honoring where we have been and knowing how much farther we need to go, and hoping my story, voice, life will somehow contribute to that progress. As you might have felt from this poem, this writing by Aiden, LGBTQ pride is so many things for me and my community. And I hope that we can all celebrate and love our differences together in Sangha and beyond. It's important that we all recognize the beauty that we all possess, and that pride is a response to a lot of discrimination and hate in the world. I don't think we can lay all of the blame for anti-LGBTQ discrimination on religious fundamentalism, but it plays a very important role in how our society views and treats queer and trans people here. And so thinking about how Jodo Shinshu teachings may provide us with a liberative way of being in community together and celebrating our differences in pride is very important. This is how that we can know more fully the Buddha Dharma and embrace the Buddha's primal vow to liberate all beings, that we're all worthy of love, kindness, and respect. This is the guidance and hope of our tradition to traverse the darkness of discrimination, violence, and hatred in this world. I found this quote online that's been shared many times. And the original author, I lost their name. They have a Tumblr profile called Inked Skin. They don't share their personal identity, but they do a lot of writing. And they're a queer person. So I wanted to share this because I felt like it expresses my understanding of Jodo Shinshu and the activity of Buddha, guiding us, holding us, and lifting us up from here to Palestine. It says, I want to be so kind it echoes backward in time and undoes the things that hurt you. I want to be so kind it radiates from me. I want to be so kind that I make someone else find faith in humanity again. There's so much I can do. There's not much I can do. I'm weak and small, and I only know so many words. But I know that I can be kind. And sometimes I believe that changes the world. I'd like to conclude my Dharma message today by sharing the message that we read from the Gosandai, the first one from Venerable Shinan. Please join me in Gassho. Buddha's vow to liberate all of us is a great torch in the long night of ignorance. Do not sorrow that our eyes of wisdom are dark. It is a ship on the vast ocean of birth and death. Do not grieve that our obstructions of karmic evil are heavy. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Okay, that will conclude my Dharma talk. Listening.
Thank you, Sensei, for that deep and meaningful talk.
Okay, where are we?
Please rise if you can to to follow along with the Gatha, the middle path, which is on page 188 of the purple service book. Please be seated. Oh, announcements. Soy and Tofu Festival. This is on Saturday, June 14th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at St. Mary's Cathedral in San Francisco. The Berkeley Buddhist Temple will be one of the food vendors. The temple's our own chef, Alan Hirohara, will be presenting his wonderful soy and tofu cuisine. This is one of our fundraising events. So if you can make it, please attend the event and support Alan and the temple. Online meditation and discussion. Wednesday, June 25th at 7 p.m. Sign-up link is on the website. BBT Dharma, a monthly online study session. The June 26th at 6:30 p.m. The topic is discrimination equality. Please sign up on our website. Bonadori on Saturday, July 12th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. The Berkeley Buddhist Temple at the Berkeley Buddhist Temple. Practice sessions are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2:30 to 9 p.m. June 26th, July 1st, 3rd, 8th, and 10 at the Berkeley Buddhist Temple. Everyone is welcome to join. Anything else?
Did you get a little blue piece of paper that had the names of the visitors?
Oh, yeah. Okay. There was something else I'd like to add. Carolyn and I went to the Berkeley Historical Society, and there is an exhibit. It's been there for a while, but it's going to be through August 30th, right? It's called something Resistance and Removal. It's about the Japanese Americans in Berkeley, what happened to them during World War II. And it's at the Historical Society. It's on Center Street, 1931 Center Street. And it's being shown 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 1 to 4. So if you're interested in that, it's very, very informative. And there were members of this temple that were impacted by that. Okay, guests. We had some guests that attended the national board meeting. Is there Glenn? If you could. Joy? Hi, Joy. David? Hello, David. Terry with an I. Ford, who drives a Chevrolet. Somalia? Welcome, welcome. We also have some other visitors. Catalin? Where are you from, Catalin? St. Mary's, okay. Matthew? Hi, Matthew. Where are you from, Matthew? Berkeley. Okay. Miles. Hi, Miles. Berkeley?
I also go to St. Mary's.
All right. That was a threat by my dad. If I messed up at Berkeley High, I would have to go to an all-boys school at St. Mary's. Now it's co-ed. Cool. Okay. Lucas. All right. I want your height, then I could dunk the ball. Like that way. And Kai. Okay. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. And that concludes our Dharma service, I guess.
Announcement.
Oh,
I
announcements.
have to do something. Thank you.
Sorry. Announcements.
You did the announcement. I'm gonna say thank yous.
Oh.
I got it.
Wait, there are announcements?
You did. Yeah, you just gave them. You did great. You did absolutely wonderful. It's okay, Willie. I do this every Sunday, so I have a lot of practice. I make it look easy, but it's not.
Well, I hate to admit it, but I used to do it for a living.
You've had a little break. Okay, I have one more announcement from Tara. She wanted me to share. There's a flyer in the social hall if you want to read this too. The Berkeley JACL is hosting an afternoon of tea and homemade dessert while learning about the repeal of the Alien Enemies Act and other social justice advocacy efforts, followed by letter writing and petition signing. Please bring your smartphone or laptop. It's on Saturday, June 14th from 2 to 3:30 p.m. in Emeryville. And more information on this poster, and you can see it in the social hall. Now we're done with announcements. And I'd like to share some thank yous. Thank you to Willie for being a wonderful chairperson today. We got 2 rounds of applause. How about that? Thank you to our wonderful live streaming team to help with live streaming today's service. Thank you to Emiko for your beautiful piano accompaniment. And thank you to the Jun Toban for preparing refreshments in the social hall. This concludes, oh yeah. Thank you, whoever clapped. You triggered the button in my brain. This concludes our service for today. Thank you to everyone who joined us here in person and for everyone who joined online.